Gender politics. It's a hot topic in current day media. It seems like everyone is on one side or the other. But how does gender politics fall in Monte Vista?
Honestly, I think feminism is a much larger movement than the men's rights movement. But when it comes down to it, honestly, I think both movements are bad, because both men and women have equal rights. And I think really any problems that they run into because of their sex or gender is more social rather than legal. They have gone away from supporting women's rights because women already have equal rights, so they have nothing to fight for. So they make up these non-issues in order to claim a victim mentality for victim points that inflict that I guess are kind of almost a disease on modern culture. I've definitely been known to be anti-feminist, and so obviously all the feminists here at school hate me. Any problems, I guess, that feminists blame on toxic masculinity is just really a guy being a...
My first name is Jeremiah, and my last name is Molly. I'm a freshman. Well, I think gender oppression is... It's not a fairly new topic, but I do think it's a topic that needs a little bit more review on. I don't know if the facts are like completely there, as in other forms of oppression, like racial oppression. The facts are there. I do think gender oppression needs the research behind it and the people behind it need to come together to some sort of consensus of what it is. You know, I might get, some people might call me a coward for this, but I don't really take an opinion on this specific matter because I think they both have a point. I do think both sides have become increasingly toxic and violent against each other in terms of words. I think they just need to come together in the center, find a good middle ground, and get rid of these groups and separation in general.
My name is Sydney Stevens, and I'm a freshman. Am I a feminist, men's right activist, or neutral? I'm a feminist, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think it's kind of silly that there are men that think that they don't have more rights than women. I mean, for most of history, men have had like 70% of the rights. Do I believe my views are safe here at Monte Vista? Yeah, I think so. Monte Vista is a pretty accepting area. I think we're almost at that equality. There are still some like instances like in the workplace and in like paying jobs where men and women aren't equal. Yeah, I think that's probably an issue that maybe like older men deal with. I hope that the newer generation is a little bit more accepting and they don't believe in being all macho.
What's your name and profession?
Julia Satterthwaite, and I'm a journalism teacher at Monte Vista High School. Men's rights activists should know that feminism is about gender equality. It's not about female dominance. And so understanding that is important. And just openly communicating about your feelings could be really helpful. Just sharing with people, like I'm concerned about how my body standards are being portrayed for me in a magazine like GQ or Men's Health or something like that. If there are people who aren't accepting of other genders or gender identities, I think they generally are silenced here. because if they were to say something insensitive, other people would call them out. So I feel like this is a pretty safe space to identify as whatever gender you want. That said, I think some people who maybe are transgender or who are experimenting with different gender identities can't be themselves at home. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is social media in general has generated more conversation about these things, and so you can see examples of what people call like feminazis on social media, just like extreme feminists who are like actually happy if men are suffering, no matter what the context. Like, I think that's been really unhealthy.
If a feminist or men's rights activist gave a compelling argument, then yeah, I think I would. I might be able to change opinions. But right now, none of them. But as of right now, neither has given a compelling argument.
I'm just glad that I live in an accepting area for women, and I'm proud to be a woman living in this time period as well.